Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got something a little special. Today we're gonna do a collective reading, a general message. I don't know the title of this video just yet, we'll figure it out as we go along. The intention with this video is pretty straightforward. It's just to be tuning into the energy, the collective, and just channeling the message that will resonate with the people watching these videos. The intention being that whenever you stumble upon this video, maybe in 10 years from the moment I record it, you will find this video because the message here is that what you need to hear. Whatever it is, okay? So I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm pretty excited to see what's gonna be coming up. Before we jump in, just a reminder that if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy this content, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out when your boy posts new videos like so. And let's get to it. I can't wait. Okay, we're gonna begin, obviously you know me by now, with the tarot. And then we're gonna figure out with some oracle cards along the way. Shuffling cards be going hard right now. So yeah, what are the messages that we are meant to be tuning into, spirits, please? Whenever we watch this video, okay. Got 4 cards already. Got a few more. This one wants to come out. Ooh, many cards. Okay, that's a lot of cards. We're gonna start with that. Back of the deck energy, the Tower card. We're gonna see if that's relevant later on, probably, if it came through. So I don't remember in which order they came. Should have figured that out before. Probably in this, the other way around. We begin with the Sun. Okay. 6 of Cups. We have the Star. Oh, that feels amazing. That feels so good. Have the Justice. We have the 10 of Wands. Yep, can you see them? I'm gonna move that a little. I'm gonna push that a little further away so that we can see all of them. Oh my god, looks so professional now. Got the 4 of Wands and the Page of Swords. That's funny because a few of these cards just keep on popping up in my recent readings, but this message is timeless, so that's not very relevant at the moment. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with that. Just tuning in. My spirits are wanting me to ground a little. Feeling a little chaotic. Chill out. There we go. Okay, so Tower card. The Tower card just indicates me that we are breaking up. It's like a breakup, but it's in our personal life, and it's for the absolute best. Yeah, it's like, oh, we have the 8 of Wands behind. It's like a lot of us at the moment, whenever you find this video, I really do feel that whomever is watching this video, life may have been feeling a little stuck, and we may have spent a lot of time trying to figure stuff out. As in, trying to figure out why the hell it got stuck. Some of us may have been trying to move out of this quote-unquote stuckness through physical actions. Some of us may have tried to move out of this stuckness through inner work. A lot of us, I mean, we may have tried a lot of different things, but it's just like I'm feeling this sense of stuckness within our lives. Yes, I include myself in the reading, by the way. And yeah, it's like we are currently going through an abrupt shift. And the interesting thing I'm hearing from Syria is like some of us may feel like they don't really relate to the... It's like there is a big shift happening in our lives right now at this very moment. And some of us are like, yeah, I feel the stuckness and I wish this shift was happening, but it feels like it's yet to happen. No, it's actually happening. Do you realize that? Just, you know, like there's a big eye on this card. Feels very ominous, I'm not gonna lie. But this big eye is like awareness. Things are breaking apart, things are shifting, things may be exploding in our faces, things may seem violent in the ways, in the approach they're taking to shift. But do you see that it's actually happening at the moment? I genuinely do feel that a lot of us may feel a little lost in the sauce right now. As in, yeah, we've been hoping for a shift for a while, and we've been in this energy of stuckness for so long that actually we've kind of lost touch with what is the actual shift that we are needing. It's like at this point we would be taking any shift, kind of the energy I'm picking up on. But it's like, do you realize that it's actually currently happening as we speak? This shift has already been engaged. Do you see this? It's really an invitation from spirit. It's like you do see the you do see the manifestations of the turmoil, of the energetic turmoil which is currently going on. It's like the foundations are being reorganized, they're moving. It's like I'm getting this image of the tectonic plates moving. When the tectonic plates are moving on Earth, it's like, yeah, there can be a lot of tension. They could be even as far as cataclysms, natural disasters due to this tectonic rearrangements. But yeah, at the end of the day, the only thing which is happening is just the Earth is putting itself back in place for the sake of movement. Why are they moving in the first place? Well, because it's expanding. It's the natural cycle of the Earth's crust, right? Interesting, I'm getting this metaphor. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm really getting this metaphor of, the plagues, they're moving. It's not to mess you up. The cataclysms, the natural events which occur because of that is not to mess anyone up. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is just that it's the natural cycle of life where these plagues are being created within the oceans, and they eventually accumulate so much mass that they go back into the earth, and it's just this cycle. That's just how things are meant to be. But more than this, it's just that's how life unfolds. That's how it expands. The tectonic plates just appears from within the ocean and goes back into the earth when it becomes too old. It's like that's how things are meant to be. The old leaves are meant to be shed, and that's what being in the flow of life is. However, when these tectonic plates are rearranging themselves, sometimes it feels like a freaking mess, right? And right now, if you clicked on this video, you are aware of the mess which is currently taking place. But spirits are asking us to see with this big old eye above our heads. Do you see that this big old mess that you're experiencing is because the plates are rearranging themselves so as to better support your expansion, better support your future? The Tower cards deals with our foundations being shook to the core because they were not solid. Our foundations were not sturdy enough, so they're being shook to the core so as to rearrange them, so as to build new ones. Again, it's like the earthquake is not here to scare you. The earthquake is just the I wanted to use the word symptom, but it has a bad connotation, and that's not what I'm getting here. It's like it's the byproduct. The earthquake is the byproduct that the earth is just rearranging itself to make itself more comfortable, right? And that's literally what we're saying in our lives. We've been wishing for a change for a long time, so long that we've actually some of us have even lost touch with what it is that we even desired in the first place. And it's just like, now we're seeing earthquakes because things are shifting very quickly. But do you realize that the earthquakes in your life are just because your life is making itself more comfortable, so to speak? Do you realize it is actually currently happening? Stop postponing it within your head. It's like it's currently happening right now as we speak. And I find it to be a very encouraging message. It's like, yes, it feels like an earthquake. It feels like a cataclysm. It feels brutal. It feels violent for some of us. For some of us, it feels like it's literally exploding in our faces. Do you see that it's in your best interest that this is happening? The Eight of Wands in this context, I literally get it as like it's a very fast-paced card in tarot. It's like movement. there is a lot of movement coming back into our lives. And it's just, I'm getting this sensation that we were in this energy, and I'm saying were in the past tense purposefully here. We were in this energy where things felt stuck, they felt lethargic almost. We had completely, parts of us had given up with our dreams. And I'm not necessarily saying that as a general, but it's like wherever you're observing the earthquakes in your life, that's where the energy was. This energy of, you know, like withdrawal. And it's literally like when the energy withdraws from life, death ensures. And when that happens, the energy gets recycled into something else. And that's literally what we're experiencing, is like we were feeling stuck for so long, and now it's just being rearranged in a new way. I'm definitely sensing that it's something which is happening in our lives for our highest benefit. But Spirits is also bringing my attention to the fact that you were responsible for that. Like all the work that you did, whatever form it took, it didn't go unnoticed, and it is actually paying off. Although it felt like you didn't know what you were doing. I really do feel like a lot of us like we're doing things almost out of desperation. In the end, it's like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do to make things change. It's like all that you have done is making this thing happen. What is happening right now, the earthquake that you're observing, the earthquakes that you are observing, you call them in, actually. You didn't purposefully call in the earthquake, you called in the rearrangement for the comfort, you called in the comfort, you called in the ease, you called in the happiness, the flow. But because your foundations were not able to support this, the first manifestation of you calling this in is the rearrangement of the foundations, so that now you are open and able to support all that you've called, which is a very beautiful message. It's literally like I'm sensing that we have called something very beautiful, very positive, and the cards that we have here are very beautiful and positive, let me tell you that. But now we're getting a little upset because it's like we're calling in beautiful things, and we're getting upset because the first result that we're observing is one that we do not prefer. It's like, I called in for the love of my life, and the only thing I'm observing right now is a freaking earthquake. Like, what the heck? This freaking earthquake, like, what the heck, is actually what is shifting what's out of alignment with what we've called in, so as to make us able to receive it, to support it. I hope it makes sense, but that's a very beautiful perspective. It's just like with the I am resensing, it's just a matter of shifting your perspective. Do you realize that as much as it feels for some even dreadful, this is exactly what you asked for? Although you were not seeing that this was part of the path. It's like that which you're experiencing right now is part of the path. It's part of it. There is no world where you would be obtaining that which you asked for without this. Because what's the point of getting what you want if you're not even able to enjoy it? That's what I'm hearing. It's like this earthquake is really putting the ground back to where it's meant to be, so as to make it able for you to enjoy that which you've asked. Because if you were to receive that which you've asked on a very shaky foundation, well, you would be more concerned with your foundation than enjoying what's in front of you. So that's literally what I'm hearing. But again, it's like you were part of the process, so congratulations on that. And we wish you to see it and to give yourself credits for it. Four of Wands, it's celebration. It's like celebrate yourself for all the good work you've done, even though you were not even believing in it at the end, even though some of us may have lost faith along the way a little bit, even though you didn't even know why you were doing it, you just felt that it was like the least nonsensical thing to do. Even though all of that, you still did it to the degree of your capacities, and that's all that was asked. And now you're basking in the glory of seeing nature itself rearranging itself for you. So celebrate. Read what I'm sensing. The Sun, the Six of Cups, the Star card, Justice. I literally get such a positive feeling with that. Like the Sun is all about optimism. And like in conjunction with all the cards is like I'm literally sensing us reconnecting to a piece of ourselves that we felt so futile about. I'm resensing that it's all this energy that we had given up in this area of our life where we are observing right now the earthquakes. That there was a lot of pessimism that got installed there for some reason, whatever. And now that these shifts are happening and that the thing is finally starting to open up again, it's finally starting to pace up a little bit, and that we're finally starting to observe life flowing, the energy flowing in this area once again, optimism comes back. It's like we come back to ourselves. The Six of Cups, it's like our most authentic nature here, who we have always been since we were little kids. Optimistic, beautiful bulbs of love and light, you know? And that's coming back. Why? Because now all of this mess is rearranging itself, and we've been letting go a lot. We have been letting go a lot. And it's all rearranging itself, and now the energy comes back. We come back as ourselves, the optimism, but it's like, it's not like the optimism in the air comes back. It's no, we're coming back as optimistic people, which we always were. It's just that we had a little given up on ourselves, I feel like. And it's, the joy, the optimism, the light comes back. We own it again. It starts shining again. But it was always shining. It's just that we're opening the window to see the sun, which is shining outside. But the sun was there all along. Where the window is finally opened, once again. I feel like we're coming back to ourselves, and we're coming back to we're discovering. For some of us, it feels like a discovery because we've been out of touch with this part of us for a very long time. But ultimately, it's just remembering that we were this very optimistic and high vibrational being all along. Star card is us reopening and starting to listen again to our dreams and desires. A lot of us have shut our dreams and desires down because of what would have happened before, because of what we were holding on, because of whatever. We're opening ourselves up again to dreaming. That is beautiful. And it's really coming back in this energy of our, I would say, almost younger, innocent, optimistic self who just sees a shooting star and is so excited to make a wish. It's that kind of energy. And we're back in that. It was there all along, but now our foundations are now able to support that. We're reopening up the windows to let the light in. Justice card, I really do feel that we're coming back in harmony because of the earthquakes, because of all of these things falling apart from our life, all of these things coming to an end, all of this closure, these conclusions. It's like one of the primary byproducts of that is balance, coming back in balance, like the Justice card with, I don't know how that's called actually in English, but like the symbol itself of justice, where you wait stuff out. It's coming back in harmony within ourselves. And it really does feel like an internal opening. It's like here the shift which is being described is internal. It's inside of ourselves, because the repercussions of our outer world will quickly follow. It's like the outer world has been shifting with these earthquakes in our favor. That is opening us inside. That is opening us inside. No, not really. As this happens, we are opening up inside and coming back to ourselves. And that is creating a completely new energy. From the star card, now we're starting to lead our lives from a place of dreaming. What do I want my life to look like, actually? That's a very beautiful, positive energy to be in. And here, the 3 cards we got at the bottom is interesting. I really do feel like that's the energies that we're letting go, actually, since they just below. Because here, like the Ten of Wands feels like weight, carrying on our back way too much stuff, most of which is completely useless for us to be carrying, but we've just been in this energy of I need to do it all. It feels like a rat race. I need to do all of this. I need to be running. I need to be carrying this. I need to be doing that. Well, the truth is no. You have to do it just because you believe you have to, but no one is asking you to do it. Oh, but if I don't do it, then everything's gonna fall to the floor. No worries, honey. Everything is already falling to the floor. Now what? Well, now you realize you don't have to be carrying all that weight anymore. It's not even yours to... It never was yours to begin with. That's what I'm hearing. The Four of Wands is definitely celebrating how far you've come and being proud of yourself, as proud as the whole freaking world is to see you open up to life again. So that is beautiful. But also, like, this imagery in this card is very talkative to me. It's like it's a phoenix breaking from its chains, you know. Yes, celebrate the fact you broke free from this stagnation you were in, but more specifically from these beliefs and from these perspectives, these paradigms that you were in, because you've broken free. You may not realize it. Yet again, it's like the message, are you realizing this is all happening? Because spirits feel like a lot of us are not realizing it. It's like, are you realizing this is happening right now as we speak? It's like, you've broken free. That's worth celebrating a ton. And the Page of Swords, again, like the imagery is just cutting through the brambles, cutting through the BS. There's a lot of the reasons to why we were in these stagnant energies was because we were holding on to stuff that wasn't even true to begin with. And the Page of Swords in this case is also indicating me like us re-owning our power, calling our power back, being in this perspective, okay, if I'm starting with the principle that I choose to be optimistic, I choose to follow my dreams, what the hell do I want it to, what the hell do I want my life to be about now? That's a very exciting perspective to be in, right? Okay, I feel that the message was already very, very clear. So that's beautiful. Now I'm wanting to bring out some oracle cards, because they look great. And also, I'm curious to see if we're gonna get other messages, confirmations of what we've already had, what we've already heard. But yeah, I'm just feeling so pumped up and optimistic about this match. It's literally like, hey, do you realize that all of your work and all of your sheer dedication actually yielded results, beautiful results, and you should be proud of yourself for all the beautiful energies that you're opening up to, and then there's nothing to worry about. Yes, these earthquakes feel scary, but they're actually completely aligned with what you've asked. So it's like, trust that it's actually, yeah, in your highest interest. Last quarter moon in Gemini, last quarter moon in Virgo. Well, the fact we got twice last quarter moons, I genuinely feel that we've been releasing a lot. It's like this moment of our life is like the main thing that we're observing right now is releasing. I'm hearing that some of us could be experiencing physical symptoms of releasing, like needing to go to the bathroom more often. Could be as simple as that, but yeah, definitely like 2 last quarter moons is like releasing. It's the moment of the moon phase, of the moon cycle, where we start releasing all that is no longer aligned, and that's literally what we've been doing here. That's why we're breaking free. It's like we've been releasing so much of that which didn't serve us, and yeah, we've been releasing all that was keeping us stuck, basically. And that's helping us to clear our mind, to get... I feel that this is like, this moment that we're experiencing is really leading up to us putting an end to this brain fog that we've been experiencing. You know, like this times, oh, what do you want to do with your life? I don't know. Well, no more of that. No more I don't knows. It's like, yes, you do know what you want. And no more not knowing, no more fog, no more uncertainty. It's totally okay to be uncertain, but at this point in our lives, it's like, no more of that. No more artificial uncertainty that we've created ourselves, Attend to the details. Let's see if we have more messages. I like to bring out this deck. It shuffles so well. I really like him. Woohoo! A lot of cards. Move beyond the intention to believe. What's our honest truth? Prosperity, sisters, our happiness and joy. Attend to the details. Redu says that a lot of us could be right now, this moment, feeling a little stressed because these earthquakes, these situations unfolding right now very rapidly in a way that feels very explosive, very charged, a lot of energy being discharged at once. Some of these situations are feeling like challenging for us. And a lot of us are stressing about the fact that we don't know. I genuinely do feel that there is, again, with clear your mind that we had like by here, is a lot of us would be feeling right now confused because we don't know what's the next step. But it's like no more of not knowing what the next attend to the details. It's like you just need to start listening because of the state of being we were in. We were cutting ourselves from our dreams, our desires, and inevitably from the whole machinery that goes along with it. We were cutting ourselves from our excitement, from our passion, from our intuition, from our internal guidance. We were cutting ourselves from all of this internal guidance. I'm hearing again. And attend to the details. I'm literally hearing like the answer you've had within you all along is just that you were not listening. You've never been listening. But now that you're coming in this much more positive state of being on life, much more optimistic, much more dreamy, much more balanced, you're opening back up. You're not feeling as fearful as you used to be. Yeah, we're opening up to hearing ourselves again. We're opening up to hearing what are our needs, our desires. Attend to the details. It's like even if this voice felt subtle, it's always been here. And now we're starting to listen to it, honestly. And these cards are literally making me feel that. It's like, what's your honest truth? What is it you want to create out of this life? You already knew all along. It's just that we were so busy dwelling into fears and keeping ourselves stuck in all of these beliefs that we were completely laughing at our truth. It's like our truth, that can't be it, that's not possible, blah blah blah, whatever. But we were postponing our truth. We were not listening to our truth. We were not even considering our desires. We were not listening to our intuition. We were not listening to ourselves at all. Part of the reasons why we're feeling bad and stuck, because at some point it's like where you're not listening yourself, you're not listening to your internal guidance system, while you're going off road, you're going off path without even meaning it. But if you stop following your compass in a place that you understandably don't know, obviously you're gonna get lost. I'm hearing a lot of us could have been feeling this sense of feeling lost in life. It's like, how the heck would you be expecting yourself not to get lost if you're not following the compass? It sounds stupid when said this way, but that's what we were doing. It's like, it's okay to have this ironic realization now, but it's like, it's normal that we were feeling lost and confused because we were not following the chart, we were not following the compass, we were not following the guidance. So obviously you'd get lost. That's no surprise. It would be very surprising to the opposite, that you were feeling on top of it and that you were feeling confident in the path we were walking, not listening and not following the guidance, not following the compass. That would be weird. But now it's like, now that we've released whatever we were needing to release, now that we've released that, and now that we're re-stepping back in this place of, well, okay, well, now life's mine to explore, we're starting to become more interested in listening. It's like, okay, now I'm realizing that this world is just meant to explore, but it's like the possibilities are infinite. That feels debilitating. Well, follow the compass. Compass is always indicating the direction, right? Follow your intuition, follow your excitement, follow your passion, follow the nudges. Follow. It's that simple, I'm hearing. It's just that simple. What's your honest truth? Be honest with yourself. What is it you dream? Oh yes, your dream didn't fit your beliefs back then. Oh yeah, your dreams perhaps didn't fit the beliefs of people around you. Oh yeah, your truth is leading you to take a very different path. And so what? It's like, what's your honest truth? We are relearning or remembering to listen to ourselves, basically, and follow it with confidence. I genuinely do feel that these earthquakes we've been observing within our lives have really put the fingers into a wound that felt bad, and all the emotions we ended up releasing. But there would be a lot of fear, a lot of stress, a lot of insecurity coming up, like this brown and red energy that are just sending me back to the root chakra, the colors of the root chakra, which is all with safety. That's one of these things. Embodiment, safety. And it's like, it's really calling us out on how insecure we would feel relative to certain areas of our life. And it's just like, once you release the fear, now it's like, no, you don't have to actually be powerless about your situation. It's up to you to create whatever the hell you want to create out of this life. What will you create? I don't know. Not true. What's your truth? Just listen to yourself. We're coming out of this era of ours where we were like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. And we're really currently opening the chapter of, I know exactly what I want to do with my life. And I knew it all along. It's just that back then, what I wanted to do with my life didn't suit my beliefs, didn't suit the energy of my environment. And so I would just postpone myself. I would just make it less important. I wouldn't listen and I wouldn't care. I would just suppress my desires, my intuition, my calling. But it's always been there. And so it's just this moment of our lives where we realize, no, I actually exactly know what I want to do. And you know what? I'm gonna make it fluff and happen. It's like move beyond the intention to belief. We're moving out of this perspective where it's like we were hoping that somehow life would have mercy on ourselves because we were in this perspective that perhaps things were not happening in our best interest, that we were pessimistic, and it's just realizing, no, the world wants to see you succeed. The truth of this world is love. It will give you everything you ask for it, but it doesn't like you being in pain. You never did. It's like move beyond the intention to believe. Move beyond the beggar. You're not meant to be a beggar. The world wants to succeed. It wants you to succeed. The world wants to support you. Stop begging for it to do so, for it will do it even when you don't realize it. It's been doing it all along. You just didn't realize it, didn't see it because it didn't suit your narrative, and that is okay. But now it's really like move beyond the intention to believe that somehow one day it will happen. No, it will happen because you decided, and the world just wants to see you smile. That's why it's gonna happen. It's really like us reopening to happiness and joy. And I'm really sensing that a lot of us were, because of the earthquakes, all of these situations that will bring out a lot of fear within ourselves that we've been releasing. It's just this, I'm sensing this idea of a lot of us feeling the temptation of coping with the fear by bowing to it, just going with the flow of our fears, knowing that we won't end up in a positive situation, knowing that we will not end up in a situation that we prefer, better said this way, knowing that we will just be repeating something that we don't like. Because we have this awareness that whenever we follow with this fear of this particular cycle, that's what the end result is, and we know we don't like that. Now that we release our fears and that we move into this perspective, this new vision of the world, we're so much more optimistic and so much more grounding to who we are, listening to ourselves, knowing that we are good to go. It's like we're moving out of this pessimism, we're moving out of this beggar energy, and we're just making it happen. Now we're not bowing to our fears, we are not acting with the motivation of fear and running away from fear. We're acting with the motivation of joy and inspiration. Which is something I feel that if you clicked on this video, you're already very well aware of that, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The difference between moving away from fear and moving towards your inspiration. Sometimes people don't see the difference. It's like, well, that's the same thing. No, that's completely different. That's 180 degrees different. The energy is completely different, and the end result is likely to be the opposite of one another. Whatever end of the spectrum you choose, it's literally that. It's like you are aware of that. That's why I felt like there was a lot of stuckness. A lot of this stuckness is you feeling the pressure of your fears, but not wanting to move along with them. It's like now you realize, well, guess what? You don't have to. You're never meant to. But it will take you to dedicate yourself to your joy. Well, what an awful task if you ask me. Duh. But it's really like, because we release all of these fears, now we're bowing to our truth, we're listening to ourselves, and we're going with all of it. That's really a beautiful, beautiful energies that we are opening ourselves to. That's really like a remembrance. I really feel that spirits are vehiculating this message right now because of the fact that we are experiencing the earthquakes, and they're like, they see that a lot of us are like, did I mess up something? It's like, no, what you're experiencing is because you're on the right way. Yes, sometimes calling in beautiful things manifests as rearrangements. Sometimes a little more chaotic than others if we're very attached to things which are not in alignment with who we are. But as the confirmation, if you will, that no, you've been walking the path all along. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Nothing is going wrong. Everything is going exactly as it's supposed to. Take this opportunity to really bow to yourself, honor your inner wisdom, your guidance that you've always had, your truth. And just, we get to realize that happiness is not a luxury. That's how life is meant to be led. One final message, this deck, why not? Let's see what message wants to come through this deck. This one. Oh wait, there are two cards. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. Don't let your past hold you back, literally. South Node, we're literally letting go of where we're coming from. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the South Node in astrology is the energies we are coming from and moving away from. North Node being our destiny, where we're headed. Don't quote me on that one, but that's how I understand it. And it's literally like, we're moving away from what we used to be. You don't have to be who you used to be. Guess what? What happened has no meaning. It just happened. And we're really letting go of all of this past version of ourselves. We were trying to run away from a situation, and what ends up happening is that we're letting go of much, much more than just a situation. We're letting go of an entire way of being, an entire identity. You could be changing your name. That's what I'm getting at. From now on, for how different you are today than who you used to be. In your romantic cycle, I literally just feel like re-inviting the love in our lives. We are re-inviting the fun, the love, the sweetness, the flow in our life. And that's beautiful. It's like this thing we've been longing for all along. We're inviting it. This is moving from these shaky foundations that we had built upon assumptions, limiting beliefs, and fear, ultimately. Fear. And we're transmuting it. We have transmuted it eventually into a foundation of love that supports us, that supports our dreams, where we feel so comfortable opening up to the sun within us, the star within us, the justice within us, this optimism, this joy, this happiness, these dreams, our truth, all these beautiful, beautiful things. So yeah, that's a beautiful, very sweet message that we had today. Just reinviting in love into our lives, letting go of who we once thought we were, although we're not. Yeah. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely message, very encouraging message, very lovely reading, one of self-empowerment, definitely, and self-love. And yeah, let me know please down in the comments if it was useful, if it resonated, how it went for you. I wish you all the best and send you all my love. Enjoy it all. Yes, it may be feeling shaky, but you know why it's happening now. So enjoy it, because once it happens, you'll be looking back, missing this moment. Not missing in the sense you would want to relive it, it's not comfortable, but missing in the sense that yes, you've come from far. You've come a long way. So yeah, honor that, celebrate yourself. I wish you all my love. Until next time, see you. Take care.